right, here we are again, finishing up section 3 in GIS Basics. So at this point, you should have a map that's associated with your project. So we've got our section 3 demo project, and we've added a map to it, and that map should have a few different things on it. It should have data that you added from Google Maps. I added bakeries, okay? It should have the Hoary Marmot point that we added from a KML file. It should have the XY data, the latitude and longitude data we added for some frog locations. It should have the route down in the Eagle Cap Wilderness that we took off of a GPS, so it was a GPX file. And then it should have that route that we had as a GPX file, and we turned it from a line into a polygon. So anytime those lines crossed each other, we got a polygon. So we practiced with that. You should also have, although they're not turned on right now, you should also have state parks, county parks, city parks in Spokane County. We added those by dragging or right-clicking and adding them to the map. So just kind of practiced with that a little bit. So you should be relatively fluent in adding data to a map. Yay. The next piece is kind of exciting. We are going to be looking for data to download from some different sites to add to our maps. I wanted to get you comfortable with that. So let's take a look here at our workbook. And what I just kind of outlined here in this first paragraph is that most agencies, or at least many agencies, both from the city level, state level, federal level, they have GIS data, geospatial data that's free to the public, which makes sense because they are, the agencies operate for the public based on tax dollars, and so the data that they create is often free to us. So one of the easiest ways to find this is just to run a Google search with the name of the agency you're interested in, like maybe Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks, and the term GIS data. Often that will turn something up for you. If you've got the option to download the data in a geodatabase, that's going to be your best option. If you do end up needing to download it as a shapefile, that's fine. We can work with shapefile data as well. I have compiled a list of sites that you can download geospatial data from. Here we go, Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife. And that's going to take us to their website here in your default browser. My default browser right now is Edge, which is a pain. I'm going to change that because I prefer Firefox or Chrome. Okay, so here we are on Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife data site, and a lot of the sites for the agencies are going to look similar to this, and that's because Esri provides hosting for agencies, and they kind of follow a relatively standard format. Let's go ahead and let's not do fish because there's not as much data there, but let's go ahead and go to wildlife and the content type. So again, like not all agencies are going to host the data in this format, but many of them do. So this might look similar to some websites that you find. What we are looking for, not a document because that's going to be reports. Web mapping application, we're not doing online mapping. We want to use a feature layer. We want to look for feature layers because those are actually going to be the kind of data that we can pull right into ArcGIS. So Pro. So if you have the option to filter by feature layer, go ahead and do that. So what do we have? Priority habitats and species, Columbia Plateau regional biodiversity areas and corridors. That's interesting. Salvage permits, so where folks have salvaged deer or elk meat from roadkill. Let's see, elk areas, boundaries for special hunts there. Deer areas, areas for special hunts there. Wolf pack polygons all years. That's usually a popular one that students like to look at. Wolf pack polygons for the current year, although 2020, it's not actually that current. Mountain goat hunt areas. You know what? Moose areas. All right. Elk areas. Deer areas. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull up, even though they're not current, let's go ahead and pull up the current year wolf pack polygons. That's going to be fun, and it'll overlap a little bit with the Spokane area. So, like I said, you're going to see a similar interface often because Esri hosts agency data in this way. CSV, that would be a spreadsheet. I don't want that right now. I don't want a KML file because dealing with that, it's going to be uglier. So it looks like our best option here is going to be a shape file. So geodatabase is going to be your first number one choice, and then your second choice would be shapefile if you have the option to download that. So let's go ahead and download this. It says generate new download with the latest data, or download a file previously generated on August 14th. This is going to be faster, and yeah, and it should be current because that said it was 2020 data. So let's go ahead and click that. So that's convenient. If you're downloading something that someone has already requested a download of, it's going to work best that way, because it'll be faster than requesting your own data to be packaged up. And so we're going to go ahead, and this is going to look a lot like downloading our files for the class. We're just going to look at them in the downloads folder. It's going to be zipped up. I'm going to right click. I'm going to cut it out of the downloads folder. I'm going to put it into my project folder. And in this case, let's see, where's my project folder? See, file management is your most important thing here. Let's see, I'm running this out of, okay, find your project folder, which is going to be called Section 3 Demo. That's adding data. There we go, Section 3 Demo, that's my folder. I have it in my demonstration files because that's where I'm putting things. So this is the folder that we created for this project that we're working on, and now I'm going to paste my Wolfpack Polygon data in there. So of course your folder for the project you're working on is going to be in a different place than my folder. So you just want to go to the place where you created this project. It's probably in your class folder, I'm guessing. For me, I put everything into my demonstration files because this is where I'm running demonstrations from. So we're going to right click and we're going to extract all so that that's going to be visible for us. Remember that when a file is zipped up, we won't be able to see it. This is what a shapefile looks like when it's in Windows Explorer. We don't work with it there, we're just going to work with it in the catalog. Once we've extracted it, we can right click and delete our zipped up file. And now we can go back to the map. So back into ArcGIS Pro, into our catalog. We're going to right click on our folders. It's going to remind us, if we're working in OneDrive, it's going to remind you that you've deleted something. That's fine. I'm going to right click. I'm going to refresh my folder. Otherwise, my new stuff in the folder might not show up. So that should be refreshed with all the folders. And in here I should have, let's see here, Wolfpack Polygons current year. There's that. And this is what a shapefile looks like. It's, I don't know if you can tell on the recording, but it's a little bit green and it looks like a polygon. I can add it to the map just by dragging and dropping. Let's see where the closest Wolfpack is to us here at Spokane Community College. I'm just zooming out here. So this map is a crazy, crazy map, right? We've got bakeries on it, bakeries in Spokane. We've got hoary marmots, we've got frogs. Yeah, there's a frog. We've got hoary marmots all the way over in the Goat Rocks, and our Wolfpack polygons. Check those out. So we do have a Wolfpack that that encompasses Mount Spokane. I don't know if you've run into wolves up on Mount Spokane. I have run into wolf tracks, verified. Wolf tracks, and I've also had friends who've run into wolves while they were out skiing early in the morning. So yeah, got a wolf pack from Mount Spokane. Looks like, I didn't know about this pack. This pack is just, wow. Southwest of Cheney. Now that's interesting. What else do we have? So check these wolf packs out. So all of Washington State, of course, some of them are kind of slurping over into Oregon there, this one, and over into Idaho. But what a crazy eclectic map we have put together as we learn how to add data to a map. Now, we're not learning about symbolization today, but like I said, having an opaque polygon on a map is always a bad idea. It's a poor design choice. So at some point we will change those. We'll work on them in our next demonstration. We'll pull up this map again and we'll make it pretty, because right now it's kind of out of control. But I just wanted you guys to get the excitement of downloading data from an agency website. So that's kind of fun. And then the last thing I was going to have you do is, well, actually that's enough. You've seen it once, and you know how to Google search. I'm not going to run through a Google search with you. But let's say you wanted to find something like, maybe I will run through a Google search with you. Let's say you were interested in Maine GIS data. I mean, maybe you're going to travel to Maine, or you're thinking about going to graduate school there. We can see we've got the state of Maine GIS portal. So that's going to be something, right? So I just wanted to let you know that you've got a library, let you know that for pretty much any state or agency, or many of them, you can look stuff up. And then, of course, you can also start with the links that I provided here in our workbook. So, okay, we've gotten through section 3 here. You should be able to define the following terms, and I'm going to go ahead and let you do that on your own. And then for the try it out stuff, you're gonna show me on Canvas that you're comfortable with. I want you to go ahead and use the bookmark you set up during our demonstration to zoom into the SCC campus and take a screenshot of the campus at the scale the bookmark is set to. So you're gonna use your bookmark. The second task, you're going to show me the base map that you chose for the campus area, so you can go through the different base maps and decide which one works for campus and what purposes that base map would be suitable for. So I would expect that you could come up with really any of the base maps if you've got a specific purpose that you can defend it for, that it would be a good one for. And then task 3, you're going to take a screenshot of the ugly map we created during the demonstration with all the data we've added. So we've added a bunch of data. It's not pretty, and that's okay because we're not working on design yet, but you'll zoom out so I can see all of Washington State, and I can see your contents, and you're just going to show me what you put on the map. And it's okay that it's not pretty, because we're going to make it pretty next time. All right, it'll give us a good opportunity. So so you should have the data that we added in it's a minimum of 3 different ways. We actually added data in a few more than that, but I want to see that you can add it from a GPX file, from a KML file, from agency data, and from Google My Maps. So so that should be it. Then you can check yourself by running through the next little section here. This is to check yourself on your own, kind of doing your own thing, inserting a new map, putting some latitude, longitude coordinates into it, display the coordinates, change base maps, and seeing what the layer of points highlights. So that's something to check yourself on your own. All right, I'll see you in section 4 now.